Hello there, welcome to my channel. This is NonGone, and today we are not playing any video games. Today we are not learning to do stuff. Today we're going to have a little chat. If you've been following the channel, you'll notice that it's been about 8 or 9 months since I posted a video, and I wanted to stop and kind of start a chapter 2 here and let you know why that is, and also what to expect going forward. Before I do that though, I'm going to take a few minutes and thank each one of my subscribers individually. Don't worry, it won't take long. There's only 83. When I started this channel about 3 years ago, my goal was to add to the knowledge base of the internet that was in a way that was non-sensational, that was not like, well, look at me, let's be entertaining, let's have fun. I don't engagement farm, I don't pander to likes, I just want to add information. It was originally designed as a video game channel to encourage or inspire or teach folks how to do things that they didn't think they were able to do. I created 2 different types of that. One was a stay bad video where you beat a level or a boss or whatever that is normally difficult using strategies that are much, much easier. The other was a speed platinum, which is my favorite part of the channel, where I get all the trophies in a game as quickly as possible. I like doing that myself, but I really like doing it on YouTube because I can post my run, post my strategies, and encourage y'all to improve on them and beat my times and be even better. And I love it. I love watching people succeed and reach higher than me. And the reason for that is that I found that I was very fortunate, not everybody gets this benefit in life, that I'm surrounded by family and friends who are by and large intelligent and creative and curious and really interested in developing skills and learning new experiences and finding new ways to enjoy themselves, and have always had a passion for that. And my goal of the channel, I created the NonGone Learns to Do Stuff, and the goal of that was to go through all of my family and friends, find what they're good at, and then showcase that talent by learning to do it myself and asking them for expertise. And about half of my subscribers are family and friends, so that's why I bring all that up. You all have inspired me to do this on the channel, and I couldn't thank you enough for that. Of course, number 1 on the list is my wife, Mimi, who's upstairs being quiet right now just so I can finish this, despite being very, very excited about something we'll talk about later. She's been my companion for, gosh, going on 20 years now. I love you, and I can't thank you enough. I could talk for an hour about it, but I won't. Of course, my parents. I've learned more from my dad than anybody else. Even to this day, when I get stumped, I call him first, and he usually either has the answer or knows where to find it. Half of that great advice comes from the other side of the room, and my mom. The only thing I'll say about her is if you're in a zombie apocalypse, the best thing you can do is find my mom, go see her, and do whatever she tells you. In 2 months, she'll take a bare patch of ground and turn it into a lasagna with only 3 noodles in it and the sweetest tomato sauce you ever ate. How does she get the tomatoes so sweet? Well, I know, but you'll have to ask her. I'm not going to tell you. They are celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary by taking a motorcycle trip on their Harley to all 50 states. I think that's so awesome. So that's my parents, of course, my in-laws, my brother-in-law, who's better at video games than I am, just like my wife. Brother and sister, my brother's better at video games than I am. I have 5 nieces and nephews, 4 of them are subscribers. 1 knows more about Guns N' Roses than I do, which is crazy because I was there. 1 is so good at Fortnite that I'm afraid to play him. And he's been showing pro gamers how to do it since he was like 8, which is absolutely hilarious, getting schooled by a squeaker. So way to go, man. I'm not even top 5 in my own family at video games, and here I am with a video game channel. Another niece who is dueling trade school right now in auto mechanics and cosmetology, so she can do your hair and your brakes. Pretty awesome. Pretty much the essence of learning to do stuff, and she has helped me with all kinds of projects and this channel, so thank you for that. Another one that's about to graduate. My favorite uncle just found the love of his life in his 50s, just got married last weekend. Congratulations, best of luck. My favorite cousin, who I admire for reasons we'll get into another time, just had heart surgery about a month ago, and he seems to be doing okay and recovering. I know he's a subscriber as well. Hope you're doing well, and best of luck, and well wishes. Friends, 3 of my longtime friends are subscribers. They've been friends since high school, which, if you're keeping track at home, all those years start with 19. It is unbelievable that I have that many people that I have stayed and been able to enjoy the friendship with for like 30 years now. That's really, really cool. One's, of course, my best friend, E-Man, who's in like a lot of videos, and I talk about, he is the most interesting person I know. That dude knows like every song to every 50s song, and then, or every lyric to every 50s song, and then can also fix a motorhome. So E-Man, the best. Other friends from high school, one's got so many degrees you need your second hand to count them, and she teaches at the school that nobody wants to teach at. She's always been a champion of underprivileged and forgotten kids, and really wants to let them know that they are not forgotten and they are loved, and I can't tell you how much I admire that compassion. Other friends are my friends and have been for more than a decade because Mimi's awesome, and they were friends with her. One of them's in California learning the benefits of home ownership, and has taught me everything from horse girls to monster trucks, so hang in there. Hope you're doing well out there in Cali. 6'8" guy plays Hagrid at parties. His podcast was the reason I had the courage to do this channel. And then of course her best friend, who is currently having a child right now as we speak. And I can't tell you how excited we are. 3/24/25, best day ever. Just got the first pictures a few minutes ago, and Mimi's going up to the hospital here as soon as I finish this video. So congratulations, and I know you'll see this eventually, and hopefully your daughter will as well. So look, it's Uncle Non-Gone. Look how young he is. Oh my gosh, he's only like 50. So yeah, family, friends. I get such a kick when I see y'all at like social engagements or family events or reunions, and you're like, hey, this video really inspired me to do blah, blah, blah. The amount that y'all have inspired me though is so much more than anything I could ever do to give back. So I really appreciate that. I'm really glad that y'all are in my life and that I get a chance to do this. That's the first half of my subscriber list. The second half are kind of anonymous, like they kind of came from all places of the earth. Which I feel like is kind of double, right? Because like your mom and your wife are of course going to subscribe to your channel, but having somebody else that sees something and really likes the cut of your jib that didn't know you before is even more meaningful. So I always strive to, if you subscribe to me and your subscriptions are public, I will subscribe right back, and I'll look through your channel and try to get a feel for what makes you tick and what you're doing, and support that and be a force of growth for you as well. Some of those people I kind of do know. There's a few people that are from my trip around the world that were on some excursions with me, and we had to share some videos because I shot some of the video of some of the trips, the things that we did, and then they had to get them off the channel. Some of those folks are in war-torn countries right now in the Middle East. I truly wish you all are safe. I haven't heard from you in a while, and I hope you're doing well. Others are friends from one of my nieces in school who went on a campaign to get me some subscribers and did a great job. And I don't have much to say about that, except some of you I do know and have met, and I've known you since like second grade, and I think that's really, really cool. Especially like Big Bean and best friend, I guess we'll call you. I respect, I don't want to put names out there. We're private with our information around here. So, yeah, I think that's really cool. I guess I'd just say Skibbity Rizzler, no cat fam, bet. And that's probably cringy, but you know, what are you gonna do? So yeah, I just hope that you stay friends with our nieces, with my niece, and trust me, the value that you'll have when you get to be my age and you have friends that you've had since you were your age, super, super cool. It's just awesome. Other folks I've seen, Charlotte, Vera, Israel, Alex, have provided great feedback, have had great comments. I get to see some of the stuff they do, and I'm always inspired by that stuff. One of them's a blind dude that plays guitar, takes videos of guitar playing, and then also him getting holes in one on golf video games, right? I don't even know how you do that. I'm just so impressed with what's out there, and what the people that have, you know, just what they do in return is also just amazing. So again, thank you so much. Thank you everybody for subscribing and supporting the channel. I wouldn't do it without you, and I really appreciate it. But that's not what I came to talk about. I came to talk about why I haven't put any videos out. There's a few reasons. One is just, you know, life. Sometimes a lot of things have happened. The shadow of death, sickness, divorce has crossed our house over the last 8 months. And that, of course, always will preempt doing anything like this. Unfortunately, I've become estranged from one of the friends that I mentioned earlier. The proximate cause of that was a Non-Gone video, actually recording it. But I think there were definitely some deeper issues, and where we're at now is probably for the best. I have not spoken with her in over a year, but I've also noticed that she's not unsubscribed from my channel. So if you're out there, I just want you to know, no hard feelings. And I really hope you're healthy and happy and doing what you're doing. So best of luck and thank you. Also, imposter syndrome has reared its ugly head a little bit. You know, that little voice that's like, you can't do this. Nobody wants to see you. You suck. All that stuff. I feel like that's probably more normal to have it than it is to not have that. If you are struggling with that, just know that you're not alone. And if it's really difficult, you can always seek help. And if you can deal with it or talk about it, that's cool too. Mental health is health, so don't forget that. I've had that like effort reward kind of disparity there. You know, it takes a lot of time and energy to put together a video. And when you put like 20 hours of planning, 30 hours of filming, 50 hours of editing, and you look a week later and it's got 14 views and like 12 of them are you and your wife and your mom, it's kind of a little self-defeating, right? You know, it's I don't necessarily do it for that. I don't engagement farm. I don't overly care. I love the content that I post, and I love it for my own process of doing it. Still, man, that's a little discouraging when that happens. And then for every one of those, you get a win too. You know, you get something like a 3-minute Elden Ring video of my wife playing the game that becomes your #1 video. So, you know, 3,000 views or something. So crazy, but all the way enjoyable. But the biggest reason that I haven't posted anything is this guy right here. This is a house that we bought as an investment property. My wife and I, in the beginning of 2024, started a company with the goal of doing something about the housing crisis. I guess you call it a crisis. The market's all weird. There's these huge companies buying residential homes, single family homes and small units, and jacking the prices up for sale or rent to the point where it's getting really difficult for regular people to even afford any kind of housing. And we figured, you know, we'll do it one at a time and buy places and fix them up instead of the cheapest way, the best way we can to make it livable, and then offer either affordable sale prices or affordable rent, and not be jerks of landlords and always jack the rent up if we can. And instead of making a lot of money, we'll just make a little money and do something good for the community. And so we started a company and we bought this as our first house, thought we got a good deal on it. It was a duplex. Found out we did not, in fact, get a good deal on it. It is a complete overhaul. We didn't have to tear it down, but like we've had to do an awful lot. And I've been working every weekend, sometimes doing 10-hour days at my job, so I can put 4 days there and 3 days at the house. Been doing it for about 8 months now, and we are still nowhere near completion. You would think that that would be a good opportunity for Non-Gone to learn to do stuff, but I've not put any videos up, and there's a couple reasons. One is it takes a lot of time to do something versus doing something and filming it, and we just don't have the time for all that. Number two is I don't want documented evidence if I do something wrong. It's, you know, I'm no dummy. Even if it is unintentional, I'm not putting it out there for everybody to see. And number three is that I'm absolutely terrified that we went into debt for this and we're just going to keep spending money and spending time and never get to a point where this thing turns us any kind of profit. And so with that hanging over our head, it's really difficult to go, oh, okay, I'm going to do a video game video. No, I really need to finish this. So hang in there. I'll post what I can going forward. But that house is still going to take precedence until we get it finished and ready to sell or rent. So speaking of going forward, I expect to keep the format the same, do stay bads, speed plats, and Non-Gone learns to do stuff. I've got a ton of stuff in my backlog, including 2 speed platinum runs, Death Stranding and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I've got, I built 2/3 of a deck out here before we got the house, and that's all ready to go. A whole platinum of Sekiro with tons of boss cheeses for the Stay Bad folks out there. I have listened to the feedback and applied it the best I can. The biggest feedback I got was make your videos shorter. And to be fair, my first ones were like super cringy long, like an hour and 45 minutes of it was no commentary. And I've listened to that. But towards the end, I got to feeling like I was eliminating important information for the sake of making the video shorter. And I do not want to do that going forward. My whole purpose of starting this channel was to impart working knowledge of things to people. And when you do that, you have to have that secondary and tertiary knowledge. You gotta think and pay attention in paragraphs to learn why you don't put the nail into here, you put it into here, or why you use a bigger screw than you need for a certain job. Whatever it is, there's a lot of why behind it. The videos are going to be a little bit longer, a little bit more in depth, but I will strive to keep them content rich and a little bit smaller. I will always welcome your feedback. Tell me if you want me to see me beat a boss or do a game. Tell me if you want me to learn a skill. I'm open to anything. I got a whole list of options and I can't wait to start doing it. Thank you all again for your support on the channel. Thank you for sticking around for this whole time with no content happening. I will get going first thing tomorrow. Can't wait to see it. Thanks again for watching. I will catch you in the next video. In the meantime, stay bad, people. Non-gone is gone.